Good morning, you guys. It's time to get after it again. I'm going to turn this chair to 3/4 so that you can see what I'm doing. We're going to follow the same program that we've been following, where it's 15 minutes in the chair, 15 minutes standing for balance work, and 15 minutes on the floor for mat work. All right, so stand in front of your chair, feet kind of right underneath your shoulders. No hands. Use your tush and use your quadriceps, your thigh muscles, and sit down in the chair. Perfect. Now from here, I am going to turn it back straight so that you can see me. I just wanted you to see from the side what I was doing. Let's start off. We're going to work on all of our joints. We're going to go from the bottom to the top today just to mix it up. So pick your leg up and ankles up and down. Now remember, it's not just your ankles that we're doing. The whole time that we're doing this, you're sitting up straight and tall in your chair. And we've talked about this before. If you got, so I have on a black shirt, if I took some string and I drew it from hip bone to hip bone, and then from my hip bones up to my shoulders, and then across my collarbones, I'd have a nice rectangle. And that's what I'm looking for you. Okay, so this leg up again. Let's do a few more. Just up and down with the ankles, pulling them back. And then this one. Great. Now from here, put both of your feet on the ground, sit up nice and tall, and I want you to imagine that string that we just talked about right here on the hips. You can put your fingers on your hip bones to check out what's happening, and I want you to keep your hips level and go really deep into your core and pick up one foot. So nothing is moving except for the feet. You're keeping your hips really level. So this isn't really working just our joints, but it's working your back to keep you all lifted. It's working your deep abdominal muscles to pull these legs up. And now, pull both of them up. It's little. Pick both of your feet up and down. Pretty subtle, but you can feel it in your stomach. Good. And now extend your leg, and you have to stay up tall, but now you are going to feel it in your thigh. 4, 5, and let's switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now let's work on bending those knees. Now I don't care how high the knee comes into your chest. What I do care about is I want you to work on straightening that leg all the way out. So I'm going to hold underneath my thigh and straighten the knee all the way out. If you just need to do it from your chair, like you don't need to pull the leg up to you, that's fine. You can hold on to the sides of your chair and straighten that leg all the way out. All the way out. Do you guys remember the Greek myth? And I don't remember the characters, but someone asked for everlasting life, but not everlasting youth. And they turned into a cricket. And that is what I see, is that we age, our legs won't straighten out all the time, and we kind of get like the bendy cricket legs. So I'm going to hold this one up, I'm going to pull it up a little bit more into me, and work on straightening that leg out, and now pull your toe back into you. Point that toe, pull it back, really push straight, straight, straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. All right, so we've got our ankles and we've got our knees. Now, like this, when we're on the reformer in Pilates, we call this running. But I want you to just pick up one ankle at a time. Keep your toes. You're going to feel your calves working, pumping blood down into those calves, just up and down. Good. Doesn't really matter how your hands are. I just have mine like this to keep them out of the way. Great. Now I'm going to turn a little bit to the front. Legs just right in front of your chair legs. Right, mine are a little bit wider than my hips, but just so that you have everything straight and lifted. Take this arm, lift up, lift up, lift up, lift up. I'm going to hold on to the bottom of the chair and reach over, 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 over. Keep this hip down. Don't let it come up. Come back up. 2 more times. 1, 2. And let's switch over. Now, really long through here. Even further, but keep this hip down. Back up. 2. One more. 3. Now let's stretch out our shoulders. So let's take this arm, take it across, right here, an upper arm, and a little press. Let it come out, and again. So my back is lifted, my clavicles are open, which that's just the fancy word for your collarbone. You're keeping your collarbone open, and press. Let's go to the other side. And 2. And 3. Now I'm going to turn so you can see me. And we're going to work on patting ourselves on the back. I'm going to just turn a little bit more. Okay. Arm up. And just bend that arm. See where you can reach. And reach a little bit further. Take it straight up, just like we talked about with the cricket legs. Let's not have cricket arms. So straight up. And up. And down. And come back. And we're going to go to neck stretches. So, neck stretches, you sit up. We've done this several times. So, what I want you to do is I want you to do 3 this way and 3 this way. I'll be right back with you. 3 to the side and then 3
Okay. I forgot my microphone, but now I have it much better. So you should be able to hear me better now. All right, so you went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But you guys took your time. All right, let's take our arms out. Big inhale. Big inhale. And exhale. 2 more of these. And let's work on our elbows a little bit to the side so you can see. Hold under your arm, keep your arm straight out and bend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Opposite arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now hold here and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take that arm out and pull. Stretches out right here. Sometimes my wrists pop when I do this. No big deal. It's called crepitus. And is gas bubbles releasing when you hear that popping? As long as you have no pain, no problem. I do it in my ankles, in my knees, my back, my neck. Occasionally I'll hear it in my hips. But just the word crepitus. And it's also what you get when you crack your knuckles. So just work your fingers, every finger, and all of those knuckles, getting them feeling supple. And if you've been working on spreadsheets or something a lot, you might want to work and been using the mouse a lot, your fingers, circles in each direction. And I have a longer video that is just the hand work where we do every knuckle. And you squeeze at each little, I can't think of what you call it, but, and I guess it is just, I know the knuckle is this point, but this point right here where the bone is, you just squeeze each little one. 1, 2, 3 on every finger. 1, 2, 3. But we'll go on to this hand. And that's something, if your hands get sore, good thing to squeeze every little bone like that and move the joints. Sometimes when I'm reading a really good book, I'll hold the book for so long that my hand cramps. I have to stop and kind of work my hands out. And now hands together like this and just press. So you're going to feel a stretch in your fingers and in your wrist, and just open that palm up and back the other way. And great, so that's our sitting portion. So now it's time to stand up, hands down. I want you to lean your body a little bit forward Sweep your hands up and stand up. We're going to step to the side, hands down for some balancing work. So, 10 of these. Remember we talked about that rectangle before. So let's think about these hips. Imagine that there's a line here. Let's keep this line straight as we raise the leg. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, see if you can do it without any hands, 8, 9, 10. To the side, 1, 2, whoa, I do need it, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And sometimes I don't need the chair at all. We just all have different days when we have more balance and less balance. So nice and straight here. Lift your chest up. And 1, 2. Really small. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now let's do some toe raises. We did these last week, and they're great because they push that blood down into your calves and it makes it all circulate. So you think that your feet are the furthest thing from your heart, but we definitely want circulation down there. So up, 1, 2. We did 10 last week. Let's do 15 this week. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, around the world with your leg. So remember the square. I'm moving forward a little bit because I don't want to kick the wall behind me. So leg out, open. Oh, it went out of the screen. Back and forward. Forward, you have to lift that toe up so that you don't scrape the floor. Forward, to the side, to the back. Start lifting your toe up, heel to heel. Lift to the side, to the back. Lift your toe up. 3, 2 more. Last one this way, then we're going to go to the back first. Now to the back. Around. 1. How's my rectangle? How's your rectangle? 3, 4, and 5. Okay, I'm going to turn the chair. We're going to do everything on the other side. This is the last thing that we're going to do before we switch sides, and it's a little bit of a plie. So I'm going to take my feet a little bit wide. There we go, and I'm on a wooden floor so I can line them up with the slats to make sure that I'm straight. And then I don't want my bottom to stick out. I want to keep my chest lifted, and I just want to bend my knees. It does not matter how deeply you go. It's okay if it's only this. But it's a balance exercise. It's a posture exercise. And once again, it's getting some blood circulation and muscle activation of those calves. 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know if the microphone is picking up how creaky my knees are, but that lovely word crepitus that we talked about. All right, on this side, here we go. So point that leg, a little bit of the out turn, and the out turn We've talked about this before too. But the Pilates stance is right underneath the hip bones, not hips. Every lady I know, when you say put your feet hip width, they all do like this. I'm like, your hips are nowhere near that wide. So heels together, look where your fingers are on your hip bones, go right down, and that's where you want your toes. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this foot and make it go back straight, and we're gonna take this that's in this little bit of a turnout straight forward. 1, straight knee, 2, no cricket knees, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, to the side. 1. Now, find your rectangle. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. To the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great. Tiptoes. So get into that Pilates V that we talked about. Hand here if you need it. I need it for balance. 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, around the world, I'm sliding this up so I don't kick the wall. Find that V, turn this foot straight, take it out to the side, to the back. I should get some washi tape or a string so you can really see the rectangle. 3, 4, 5, reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to turn this chair. We're going to do these plie squats again. So I've got my feet lined up. My bottom's not going to stick out. And 1. 8 of these. 2. Don't have to go low. 3, 4. I like to look forward and at the wall. 6, 7, 8. Okay, now a little arm exercise that we're going to combine with those squats. But what I want you to do is I want you to just stand like this, make your hands into fists, bring them up, punch the ceiling, bring them down and down. Let's do 5 of these. 1, punch. 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's called a clean press. You can do it with hand weights if you want to, or you can do it with bottles of water like I've talked about before. Just pick your hands up to right here and then up. And then you know the squat. So now I'm going to do a straight-legged squat or straight feet squat. So it's not a plie squat anymore. It's just straight feet, down and up, down and up. Let's go ahead and do 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now we're going to put those things together, which is great because you get a ton of bang for your buck. So hands down, and you squat. Now I'm sticking my bottom out more, and this is why I'm doing it from the side so you can see how I am, but my chest is up. So squat, come up, clean, press for 1. Squat, clean, press for 2. We're going to go to 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, last one, 8. Great. Okay, we are about ready to move on to the floor. I want to work on doing a few more squats. So let's do some chair squats. Now I like to put my hands right here so that I'm not going to use my arms. And then when you've progressed from this, you can hold a weight right here against your body to make them a little bit more difficult. So my legs are about shoulder width apart. Same thing, squeeze, bump, 1. And if you lose your balance, you've got that chair to sit into. 3, 4, we're going to 8, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, great. Let's move to the mat for some Pilates. So let me get this out of the way and get my mat. Here we go. I turned the heat up in here when I came in and I don't need it now. So I hope that you guys are all warming up too. I hope everybody did great on the video last week. I think the 15-15-15 format is pretty good. That way you can do some of it. You can skip ahead to the part that you like. Whatever works for you. So right here, we'll just kind of review all of the Pilates too. So sit, hold behind your thighs. We're going to go all the way down. I want you to pull into your stomach, pull into your stomach, pull into your stomach. Vertebra by vertebra, really slowly. Every part of your back is lying down. All the way down onto the mat. And I've got this little pillow. If you're comfortable with your head just on the floor, that's great. If you need 1 pillow or 4 pillows, whatever you need to support the shape of your neck so that you're comfortable. Now from here, we want the collarbone open. So take your hands and open them up so your palms forward and just really feel all of this open up. Great. Now just turn your hands over, but leave the collarbone open. We're going to do some hip rolls. So what I want you to do is I want you to squeeze your bottom first thing. Just squeeze your bottom and now press and roll the very bottom part of your spine up. It's a very small movement. And then come back down, press each part, and now let your back arch just a tiny bit. And if you have any low back pain, this is a great exercise for that. Roll up, try to press your triceps into the mat. Let your neck be relaxed. Almost everybody likes to try to do everything with their neck, but it is not working in this exercise. And now I'm in a little arch and squeeze And lift those hips up, back, and roll it back up. And roll, 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 roll. Squeeze, 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 squeeze that tush. And back down. You see the arch in my back? And roll and close the gap. Now, let your back come all the way down so that every vertebra is on the mat to the best of your possibility, the best of your ability. And we're going to put our hand on our stomach. And let's take 3 breaths. Just notice what's happening. One more breath. How much did your hand rise and fall? We want this to stay level, and we want to fill our lungs and our ribs up with the air. So 3 more breaths. Press that hand in and take a big deep breath. Fill up right here and blow a birthday candle out. And I'm putting a hand on my ribs so I can feel my ribs expand. Great. Now don't really worry so much about, breathing in real deeply and the 1, 2, 3. But just try to keep your breaths like that so that your stomach is really flat. And we're going to do what we did in the chair. So flat, flat, flat as can be. That string that we talked about is not moving. And you're lifting up your feet. And these muscles, your core muscles deep inside, are what's working to lift your legs. Try to not rock your hips. Try to keep your hips really level as you lift those feet. It's not a big movement. If you're going like this, that's not the exercise. I want you to make it hard. Somebody told me one time, if you think Pilates is easy, you're not doing it right. And that is correct. So nice and straight. And the great thing about Pilates is you can always challenge yourself. There's always another level. It never gets easy. You get better at things, but there's always a challenge. All right, now, if you're ready to challenge yourself, keep this all nice and firm and lift both legs. 1. Keep your back nice and strong. 2. 3. But I can feel 360 degrees all around my body, all of the muscles tightening to lift up my legs. 4 and 5. Great, let's bring our legs in. Teeny tiny roll just to relax your low back and stretch it out a little bit. Nice. And now take your legs out wide, wider than your mat. And I want you to just let your knees fall to one side. Stretch everything out. And I'm going to take my hand and I'm going to give my hip a little push just to get a little bit more stretch. And then I'm going to turn to this side. And now I'm going to look over this way and take my hand in just a little bit of an extra stretch. And now I'm going to turn my head back this way to just twist that spine a little bit more. And come back. And I'm going to go a little bit faster. Just opening up those hips I have almost never met a person that did not have tight hips. Great, and now let's take a leg, it doesn't matter which one, take your ankle and put it on the opposite leg, push this leg. Just to open right here. And now let's let this foot fall to the floor. Keeping my shoulders on the floor. And back up. And now this way, push, 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 push. And let it fall. Now let's do some more of that marching that we did before. But now we're going to take our legs up higher. So I want you to come into a tabletop position, which what that means is that, see, my shins could be a table for somebody. You could set a glass of wine there. Flip your palms open again, flip your hands over, press. You've got to really squeeze your muscle to get your back down, and let's go tap. Let's tap each foot 5 times, but we're going to alternate. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. Great. And bend them in. And take your knees a little bit wide as you bend those feet in so you can really get your low back stretched out. Now I'm reaching between and grabbing close to my ankles, opening my shoulders, really pulling my legs. And now I'm going to pull on the outsides of my knees. Great. And now we're going to do the footwork that happens on the Pilates reformer, but we're going to do it without the reformer. So your head can be down, or you can nod your head up and bring it up. You can take your hands behind your head to support them. And this makes it a little bit more difficult, or you could keep your head down. Either thing is fine. I want you to find that V that we talked about with your feet. So your toes are right under your hips. Your back is all pressed down. And we're going to do 5, extending our legs. 1. And squeeze those legs together. Seal the gap in the middle. 2. 3. 4. 5. Great. And pull those knees in. Okay. The next thing is we're going to push our knees together. We're going to curl our toes. You can't see mine because they're in tennis shoes, but I want you to curl your toes, lift your head or keep it down, whichever, and I want you to press out again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and back in. You absolutely should be feeling it right here in your lower abdominals. All right, feet back in. Now we're going to press through our heels. So before, I think that you should have felt like you were leading with the arches of your feet. Now you're going to feel like you're leading with your heels. So you're pushing your heels out the door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and back in. Pull those legs in, pull them really far, stretch that low back. Now you're going to take your legs straight out, hands down. You can turn your palms over and then hands back down to keep your clavicles open. Pick your head up if you want to, and we're going to point and flex 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then back in. Give yourself a little hug. Oh, class is just flying today. I want to get into the clamshells. So turn onto your side. We're going to do it really slowly, and we're going to do the ones with our feet on the ground, and then we're going to do it with our feet up in the air. So 10 on each side, so it's going to be a total of 40 clamshells. 1, 2, 3. Now, if you're really balanced, you put your head up here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, now we're getting tricky. Lift your feet up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great. Put your feet down. Let's push up. While we're here, let's do a mermaid. So you're here. Reach for your ankle. I'm going to take this arm out a little bit more. And big stretch over. And back. One more. Big stretch over. Okay. Flip it around for the other side. While I'm here, let's do a mermaid. So take your hand out. Big stretch. Crack, crack, crack. And 2. Good. And come down. Hand here. Great. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And feet up. Oh, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lie back on your back. Bend your legs. Find that flat back again. Arms up. Press your back, press your back, press your back. Reach, 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 reach as long as you can. Snow angel out. Again. Up, 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 up. And watch, my back is staying completely flat. A lot of times when people come this way, they start arching. Try not to arch. Reach, 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 reach along. And snow angel around. One more. Great. Now from here, lengthen your legs out a little bit. You've got your legs to hold on to if you need some help getting up. Take your chin into your chest. Roll yourself up. Roll yourself up. You can use your arms. Roll, 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 roll. Pull, 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 pull. Good. And now go ahead and get up. I'm going to come to my knees and stand up. Come and stand back against the wall and push your back against the wall. Your feet are out in front of you just a little bit. Arms up, just like when you were on the mat. And see if you can have your whole back against that wall. And snow angel your arms out. And 2. And 3. Let's go the opposite direction. Long arms, no cricket arms, no cricket legs. 2, 3. Put your hands against the wall. Take a step back, take a step back. Let your hands slip up the wall. So now my bottom and my shoulder blades are touching the wall. Your head does not have to be touching the wall. And I want you to leave your fingertips here. Lean out like you're on the prow of a ship. I can't think of what that's called, the decoration on the ship. And now just take a step forward. And look, you got nice posture. So just use that posture. And if during the day you're finding that your posture is not as great as it was, just come back to the wall, hands against the wall. Become the figure on the ship's prow. Press your chest out, open up those clavicles, and step out. And that's it for this week. I feel like it flew. Anyway, hope that you guys are well. Stay safe, and I'll see you next week. All right, bye guys.